What is going on, guys? It is Truth, and I have a commentary video talking about IW. I have some Black Ops 3 gameplay in the background for you guys to keep yourselves entertained while I talk about IW. Now, the first thing I want to talk about for IW and its beta is its gameplay aspects, and this is a lot of stuff I have to talk about as far as gameplay. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the payloads, the specialists, whatever you want to call these things. I hate these things. I think these things should not be in the game at all. I understand they're supposed to be overpowered. They're supposed to be really, really powerful. Supposed to be really, really good. They're meant to be that way. They're made for new players to help them get kills, so that way they can keep playing the game. That's what specialists were thought of. That's why they're there. Now, I don't like the specialists in IW. I liked them in Black Ops 3. I thought they were cool. They were interesting because they had different backstories. And the specialists in IW are just combat suits. They're not really that interesting to think about. Now, moving on to the next topic, I want to talk about the time to kill, the TTK. It's an IW game. Not much to say about that. You die fast. You either melt or you get melted. There's nothing really we can do about that. I will say, but the time to kill has been altered slightly from previous IW games. It is definitely more consistently a 4 to 5, or sometimes, in some cases, a 6-bullet kill with most guns. So that is good, and that leads into weapon balance and gun balancing. This is out of whack. With the gun variants in the game, the gun balance is completely out of whack. If we take out the gun variants, I think the gun balance is pretty even as far as all the guns. I think it's pretty good. They are all consistently well. There's not really, that I can point out early, a really, standout assault rifle gun and a standout SMG gun, because the people I've talked to, in my own personal opinions, they're all almost even. All subs have their strengths and weaknesses, the ARs have their strengths and weaknesses. Now, the gun variety, that leads in a little bit with the gun balance. With this gun variety, there's a lot of very fun, interesting weapons. To get the energy weapons, the ballistic weapons, the rocket launchers, the shotguns, the snipers, all that stuff. They're all good. They all are consistently doing well, and that adds the gun variety, so that way you can say you enjoy the FHR, which is that nuclear SMG gun. You can use that, have some fun with that, because it's different, it has the higher rate of fire. Then you can switch to, say, the ERAD, I think it's called, which is that energy SMG. That is a really good gun variety that both of those guns can do consistently well, and they're not quote-unquote the same gun. They're not like a carbon copy, which is what some guns in past Call of Duties have become. Alright, now let me look at my list again. What is next on my list? Maps. The maps in this game, or at least the beta, a lot of people have said they're not good. I personally didn't mind most of the maps. My one least favorite map is 100% Frontier. I think that map is very, very bad. I don't like it at all. I think that map is just too small. It's not. I think they tried to go for a Nuketown chaotic map, but it just didn't work because the way that map layout is set up. There's 3 lanes, but the lanes are 2 on top, and then the third lane is underneath it. So I don't think it's a good map. Now, talking about Frontier, I believe it's called. No, that was Frontier. Precinct is an alright map. I can see that map being a hard point or a search and destroy map in competitive, so I'm alright with that map. Throwback, a lot of people compare it to Underground from Modern Warfare 3. I think that's cool. I like the map. It's good. It has some really good positions to set up for ARs. I personally think, in my opinion, that is honestly the best map to go for nukes, even though I personally myself have not gotten a nuke yet, but I've gotten very, very close. Now, what was that last map? I believe it's called Frost. It's the snow map that every Call of Duty seems to have for some reason. And I don't like Frost that much. I think it's odd. And that map flow is going to be screwed up by the wall runs, because there's the middle lane that has very little wall runs, and then the 2 outer lanes, they have wall runs that are beyond belief. Frost has a wall run on the far right lane, very similar to Infection, where you can literally just jump off the map and you wall run, you can get behind people. I think that's going to screw up the map flow entirely, and people are just going to get aggravated and pissed off by it because no one likes this advanced movement. And on the other side, it's just a flat-out straight wall run of the third lane. Nothing to say about that. What am I talking about next? Let me look at my list. The lethals and tacticals. I want to talk about those. They're either the most overpowered thing in the game or the most underpowered. I personally, I'm alright with it in some ways. From a lot of people have told me they don't like it. They say like the craziness of some of the new equipment, like what was it, the black hole grenade. People don't like that. I personally don't like it either. I think it's just a really like bullshit thing to use. And what I think we should do with some of the equipment is tone down the lethality of them. But for the frag grenade or the cluster grenade, I think it's called, I think we should maybe increase the throw range of it, because that grenade has a high explosive, which I don't think the high explosive is really necessary. I don't think a cluster grenade or any normal frag grenade really needs to blow up 4 or 5 times afterwards. So I say we just nick in a normal frag grenade and then increase the throw distance. That way it adds a little bit more of a skill gap for grenade throws. Now the regular tacticals, I haven't seen any really decent tacticals for equipment outside of the personal radar. And even that I don't see as very, very helpful. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the snipers. And snipers have aim assist again. Some people will be alright with that. Some people will absolutely hate it. I've talked with several different people. I've talked with snipers and sniper guys. They love it. Some guys I've talked to, they absolutely hate it. They don't like it at all. I personally don't mind it. It is what it is. Aim assist has been on snipers for every Call of Duty besides Black Ops 3. So I don't really have much to say about that. You either love it, you hate it. I can't really say anything to change it. I could say my own opinion, but I don't think that'll change it. The snipers, they are what they are. I'm alright with it. Now this is a controversial one, I think, and that is aim assist on all the other guns. Now I personally haven't noticed this, but for a couple people I've talked to about this, there seems to be very, very little aim assist on the assault rifles in particular. And I haven't noticed it. I felt the aim assist fine, but several people I've talked to and I play with them consistently, they said they can't feel the aim assist on the assault rifles. So maybe I'm just not noticing it. Maybe I don't particularly understand how much the aim assist has been toned down. But it feels fine to me, but a lot of people are not enjoying it. People have said that. They don't feel the aim assist on the assault rifles in particular. Now, one last thing as far as gameplay I want to talk about is the energy weapons with Ricochet. Now, I don't see a lot of people talking about this, and that kind of upsets me a little bit. Because the energy weapons with Ricochet, it can be an interesting skill gap in a way. There's very little skill gap in Call of Duty in general, and I think having this Ricochet on the energy weapons can be an interesting way to widen the skill gap a little bit, but this can add a lot of anger and frustration to people. Like, if you're hiding around a corner and then someone just shoots the roof or shoots a wall around you and you die, it's legitimately you're being shot around a corner. It's complete and utter bullshit. People don't like it. They'll hate it. I personally won't mind it. It'll be something that people just learn how to do over time. It's like nade spots in past Call of Duties. People will learn where to throw a grenade, and it goes onto, like, say, a bomb site or something. I personally won't mind the Ricochet, but it will be very frustrating. But I think they should tone it down a little bit to just lessen the frustration a little bit. Now, that is it for gameplay. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the mission teams. And I think this is a very cool little, like, challenge type thing. I think it's cool. It adds some replay value. What the mission teams basically are is a second rank. Like, you have your normal overall rank, and then you have the mission team rank. It's very cool. Adds some replay value. I like it. Now, the in-game currency, keys and salvage. You don't earn them fast enough. Nothing else to say about that. Either take them out in general or increase the earn rate for them. That would be my fix or suggestion for it. And the competitive aspects of the game, I'm unsure about it. There has not been any info released on it yet, so I can't really talk much about it. But I did have one note. Let me find it. There's a lot of stuff that we've seen from the game that really should not be in the game. Like, the spider drones and explosive drones should not be in the game. Those just completely disable all of the competitive aspect to the game. So that is all I have to say about the IW beta. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys later. Peace.